Hello again. Now in this clip then we'll show you the financial side of the system. You'll notice that as we flick through each child here, navigate through each child one at a time, you'll see the current balance for that child clearly showing here. Okay. You'll notice James Abinger is £30 in credit here. So if the parent should ever query the fees at any time, it's a simple matter of going to the top menu here and clicking on a statement. And this will clearly show you a statement for the child showing fees due week by week, less any funding, plus any extras, less any payments already made, less any vouchers that handed in, workplace vouchers that have been handed in, and you'll see the balance to the end of the period showing here. Okay, you can also click on this button here, you'll be able to see a list of payments for any individual child. Okay. Also, at any time you can go here and you'll see a list of payments for all the children in the setting. Now there's a very useful window this. All you have to do is put your from date in there and to date there, apply the dates, and you will see then a list of all the payments received for your chosen dates. You can filter out cash only, check only, cash and check, vouchers, standing order, credit card backs, etc. Okay, just a matter of clicking the buttons to get the information out that you want, and then of course you can do a print preview and print off that list. To see a list of balances for all the children in the setting, simply click here on Credit Control, and in this window you'll see a list of all the children and their balances outstanding. As you can see, once again, look, James Abinger presently is £30 in credit to Friday the 28th of January 2011. Okay, you can print off that list simply by clicking on this here. That would show you a list of all the children's outstanding fees. And ideally you would have this on your desk on a Monday morning, and then you would record all payments coming into the nursery or your setting on this sheet here. It does mean too that you don't have to have the computer on every time you receive a payment. So if a parent did come in and gave the money to the deputy or assistant manager, etc., they would always know what fees were outstanding for that parent simply by looking at this. No need to switch the computer on. They recorded that payment here for you. You would have to pick up that list then once a week, go into the payments window and transfer the payments into the payments window. So all you need to do at any time, look, just click on Credit Control to see a list of all the children's fees. At the moment, look, it's calculating the fees to the 28th of January 2011. If you want to see a further month, look, go a bit further here. That will now include the fees, look, right up until the 25th of February 2011 of fees due. At any time, you should come into this window the last week of each billing period, and everybody should be zero here. If they're not, you can send reminders. All you have to do is focus on the child here, and you've got a first, a second or a third reminder. Simply click on the button there, and you can print off a reminder. You can edit the text yourself, so you could have a mild reminder here. Number 2, that could be a stronger type of reminder, and number 3, that could be really strong. So 3 levels of reminders that you can send out. If you want to see a list of fees due for any given period, you would simply go to Financial at the top here. You see invoice totals. You have a monthly choice or a weekly choice. We'll say by the month. Okay. It will ask you for the owner password here. Okay. You select the year. You select the month. Run the update. And then number 4, just print preview. You can have a single list, or you can group it by school if need be. We'll just say a single list for now. There would be a list of all the fees due for the month of February, showing any discounts or extras, etc., and any funding deducted, and a net figure at the bottom here. So you would always be able to check up what fees are due for any given period. You can do it by the week or by the month. You have lots of other options under financial. It doesn't matter if you never use any of them, but they are there if you want to use them. For example, you can see a list of deposits that you're holding, if indeed you do take deposits from the parents. You can export totals. They would be the totals, the same totals we showed you a bit earlier, and they would export all those values into an Excel spreadsheet. You can have a quick look at your future income if you want to. It will ask you for a password here. You must be the owner to do this. It'll show January, February, March of the income that's due. Okay. Also under financial there's easy accounts. You can use this if you want to. For example, you can build up a list of all the who to's and what for's, so you can have all your suppliers names and the various products that you tend to order from them. It does mean then you can keep a record of any cash paid out, checks paid out, credit card paid out, petty cash paid out, and it does mean then at the end of your year you could just put the from date in there and the to date, and you can print off the various reports to give to your accountant. It's not a full-blown business accounts package, but it will enable you to give your accountant a nice clear list of all your outgoings. Another useful feature is the invoice message. If you click on this little pencil look next to this child's invoice, you can type your own invoice message here. Type what you like. You have the usual tools at the top here. Look, your font size, etc. Left adjust, central, right adjust. You've even got a spell checker here. So whatever it is you type into here will show on the children's invoices when you come to print them. For example, let's just have a quick look at the invoice. In this area here, this is where the message will show. You just have to be aware of the white space that's available for the message. If you try to make the message too long, the invoice will try to print 2 pages. That's not what you really want. So try to keep the message concise to fit in this area here. If you want to print, click print. If you don't, just click exit. So don't forget, everything we do from now on is just a mouse click away. Okay. For example, if we want to send our March invoices out now, we'd focus on March. We'd say all children's invoices. And as we flick through here, look, one at a time, you'd see a sample of each child's March invoice. Okay. If you want to print, just click the printer. That will print a page for each child. And if you don't, just click exit. If you want to save it as a PDF, just click on that there, and that will save it as a PDF for you. Finally, let's just make a few changes to Mary Barton's invoice here, look, for example, shall we? Let's supposing for this particular week here, Mary's parents had asked if she could stay all day, and indeed you do offer a holiday club. Okay, so you can see that the weekend in the 25th of February, it was a school half term, and Mary was going to come all day for those for that particular week. Okay, we'll make another change here. Let's supposing on the 11th that Mary had cancelled the Tuesday, and if indeed you do allow them to do that, cancel the Tuesday and the Wednesday, so Mary's only being charged for the Monday, the Thursday and the Friday. Okay. If we have a look at that invoice now, look, for February, it's a 4-week period. It's quite clear now, look, there's the 4th, which is a normal week. There's the 11th, only being charged for 3 days. On the 18th it's £4 a day, but weekend the 25th, look, we're charging £25 a day. The invoice is all worked out for us, the total. It's also, look, picked up anything that was outstanding prior to this period with a grand total showing at the bottom, and your invoice message would be here. Down at the bottom here would be your nursery, your setting address, followed by any permanent invoice message you want to type in here, and your company registration, Ofsted number, etc. if you want to put the small print in there. You'll notice that the invoice too has the address inset here. It does mean that you can then use window envelopes without any complicated folds. That's the reason we've inset it this way here. Print if you want to print, exit if you don't want to, or you can save it as a PDF. And once again, if you do sign up for our email services, you can email the invoices directly. Even so, you could always save it as a PDF and email that PDF to a parent. So just click exit, and here we are back at the main screen. Finally, one of the features we haven't showed you is, for example, if we go to management at the top here, look, and close your days. Now in this window you see a list of weeks showing here. Now for example, when it comes to Easter, and this particular year, Good Friday is on the 22nd, okay? So you could just mark the 22nd there as closed. Easter Monday is closed. And there's also a wedding this year as well, okay? So that will be on the Friday the 29th, okay? So closed again, okay? Now, if you do store your closure days in and you do not intend to charge the parents for it, all you have to do is put closed here. If at any time you're going to close for a whole week, then you would just simply change that 1 to a 0. Okay. It does mean now that will automatically for you. So as we add further weeks, look, for Mary Barton, for example, you'll see that all the bank holidays have been automatically deducted for us. Okay, and it'll be the same for all the children. It does mean that all you have to do every now and again is go into management at the top here, edit your closure days, get your calendar out and put any closure days in if you do not intend to charge the parents for those days. Okay, if you're closing for a whole week, just simply change the 1 to a 0. Okay, and as you add that week, it automatically will not charge the parents for that particular week. So let's have a look at the April invoice now, but before we do it, let's go into here and let's put our invoice message in here. Look, dear parents, here is your April invoice, and you will see that those children attending Mondays and Fridays, we have deducted a bank holiday. We have also deducted a Friday to take account of the Royal Wedding holiday. Okay. So when we look at our April invoice now, it's quite clear. Look, there's Mary's bookings for each week in the month. Okay. It's also taking into account the closure days. Closed, closed, closed. Okay, so the fees have been automatically calculated for us, and here's our message that we've typed in, our custom message. Of course, you would only use that feature if indeed you do intend to make deductions for bank holidays. So thank you for watching this video clip.